Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. So it's that time again to prep for the next expansion, Dawntrail. Dawntrail comes out on July 2nd and early access is June 28th. In case you're wondering, crafting and gathering prep will be in its own video. I also want to make note that the Final Fantasy XVI event is live, so you want to get your Torgal mount, your minion, there's a card for 200,000 MGP, and 10 Orchestrium scrolls for 20,000 MGP, and that's going to be live until May 8th. You must be at least level 50 and completed the 2.0 main story, and the quest will be in Ul'dah across from the Grand Company. So the only major thing that you must do is complete the main story quest, The Coming Dawn, and of course pre-ordering or ordering the Dawntrail expansion. This is the only thing that you must do. Everything else is going to be busy work. So let's get started. So the first thing on this list is your gear. So the highest is 660 augmented credendum gear, and for your weapon the highest and best in slot is your relic, the Manderville. Now you must do the Hildegard quest line from AR all the way up to Endwalker to do that. Your alternative is your crafted set at 650 augmented, which is going to be easy for those of you who want to catch up. And if you're going to do the 8-man raid, the lowest is 640, and Savage is, of course, 660. I think 660 or 665. I forget which one. So those are going to be your gear options. So come to the left path hallway from the main Etherite and Razadhan. Talk to this NPC right here. Comedy. So the shield is 150. Headpiece, handpiece, and the feet piece are 495, body 825, accessories 375. And some of this will be shared across other jobs, so you guys can take advantage of that. To the left is where you'll augment it. So the weapons require a solvent, the body pieces require a twine, and accessories require a shine. You either can get those by doing the 24-man raid for the coins. You need one from each, and it's uncappable, so you guys can get as many as you want if you're weak. Or you guys can do the hunt for your nuts. The hunt train is the best way to do it, and it runs 3 times a day on my server at 10:30 a.m., then I think 4:30 p.m., and then at night, I think it's like 10:30 at night or 11:30. I don't remember what the nighttime is, but do the hunt train for the nuts to also get an upgrade. Now for your crafted set, you want to make sure you pass in high quality to get the maximum tokens to get the high quality versions augmented. And then you're going to need Divine Rain. 4 for the sword for Paladin, 3 for the shield, and 7 for everybody else. Body piece, 3 for the head, hands, and feet, 5 for the body and legs, and accessories require 2. You use your causality tombstones for the rain exchange for Divine Rain, and this is where you'll get those. Best way to get your tombstones is through the hunt and doing your roulettes. Now, if you're going to do the extremes, this NPC here, the highest is Zeromus at 655. The raid gear is going to be to the right side here. So the highest is 665 if you're doing Savage. And if you're doing regular, then it's going to be 640 like I mentioned earlier. You need 2 tokens for the head, 4 for the body, 2 tokens for the hands, 4 for the body, and 2 for the feet, and 1 token for the accessories, and 4 kills of the last tier to get the swords. You can do 4 times, and these are all uncapped, so you guys can go do it to your heart's content. So that is where you guys will augment and upgrade all your gear to get to at least 660 if you want. And this gear will take you almost to level 100. Now let's talk about tombstones. Now, we're going to get new tombstones. So for those of you who have been around and that haven't played since Astronomy tombstones, make sure you trade these in Mordona, and then the comedy and causality will be going away. Now, the cappable tombstone doesn't get added in until the Savage tier comes out. So this will be discontinued, and then causality will be at this section right here. This gives you time to basically turn in the old tombstones for, I think, the new ones. I forgot how it works, but make sure you cap your tombstones before going into Dawntrail. As for poetics, these are going to replace anything tombstone related from Endwalker. So make sure that this is capped at 2000. This way you guys can easily jack up your item level with the credendum gear, which I believe will automatically be augmented going into Dawntrail for those options. So make sure tombstones are capped, and make sure you trade in your astronomy if you have any at all. Next, let's talk about bicolor gemstones, aka shared fates. So in order to do the shared fates, you simply need to do the fates in each zone. Okay, each zone will have 6 for the first rank and then 60 for the second, so it's 66 all together. Once you have unlocked all of these in each zone, in the main city states, the end cap one, and then of course the starter, the gemstone trader will unlock, giving you more rewards and access to all the items from all the zones. Each zone will have their own specific items. You want to make sure that you cap on your bicolor gemstones to take advantage of the new items for crafters, and also if you're selling them on the market board for day 1 kill. Hopefully in the future they'll give us another mount that we need to get the vouchers for in order to get. Most of the time people will just get them and sell them on the market board. Then you also have Orchestrium Scrolls only you can get and you cannot sell. So I actually made a video on how to do this with your Blue Mage. But if you don't have a Blue Mage ready to go, a level 90 job, and go to Elpis or Ultima Thule to get that done. If you're going to be doing this with Blue Mage, all you need is Ram's Voice, Ultra Vibration, Hydro Pull, or you can use Flying Sardine if you don't have this. And if you want to survive, you're going to use a Mimicry, get a healer, get Palm Cure, or you can use your Chocobo and set him to healer. So you would do level 83 Fates as a Blue Mage. You do Ram's Voice, Ultra Vibrate everybody to death after pulling them in with Hydro Pull. Then you would go into the Duty Finder, Unrestricted Party, go into any duty that you can possibly do to reset your cooldowns, exit the dungeon, and then reapply Ram's Voice and Ultra Vibration, and you ultimately do that 3 times to complete a Fate. And you do the ones that you have to kill a bunch of enemies, and then they would respawn, kill them again, and you do those fates specifically and nothing else. I'll make sure to link the video for that in the description. Otherwise, like I said, Ultima Thule, Elpis with your highest level 90 job to do that just the same. So make sure that these are all done before Dawntrail. And make sure you cap your bicolor gemstones, and you only can hold 1,000. So if you want that day 1 sales, start collecting those. Now let's talk about your retainers. So you want one of each, except for Fisher. So Botanist, Miner, and Battle Job. So you get 2 by default. So if you don't want to pay for 2 more, or at least 1 more, then you're going to do 1 Gatherer and 1 Battle Job, or both Gatherers. And then the Battle Job is do your bicolor gemstones. Now as for the gear, you're going to give them your old gear that you're not using. So once you get to level 100, give them the job gear if you guys can get doubles. Alright, so as you get better gear as the expansions go on, you will upgrade them so they can get the items faster and also get better gear through quick exploration. Like this, so get like gear, or you might get rare materials. Now as for your gatherers, you either can give them the highest script gear, which is the Afflatus, or give them whatever your best in slot is when you get to level 100. Make sure that you level up your gatherers first because your retainer can't exceed your own level. So I haven't really upgraded my gatherers gear because I usually don't use my retainers outside of quick ventures. So that's going to be for your retainers. Now let's talk about your nuts. No guys, not those nuts. These ones. The hunt. We most likely will get new ones, but if we don't, make sure you cap on these right away. Do the hunt train on your server if you have one every single day to cap those out easy. Otherwise, you guys can get a mount. some fashion accessories, and a minion, orchestrion scrolls, items to upgrade your credendum gear. Unfortunately, the ones for the weapon is to Savage or the 24-man raid, and do not waste them on grade 9 and 10 materia. Most likely we'll get 11 and 12. Unless we don't. But most likely we will. And also make sure you do your hunt daily and weekly, because you guys get nuts as well. And you must be at level 90 to get your B ranks. Next, and I touched upon this a little bit earlier, was the Hildebrand. We're getting new adventures with him, so make sure you have completed Gentleman and Heart, and if you have that done already, work on your relic. But back in the Realm Reborn, the rise and fall of a gentleman will be in Old Da. If you skip all the cutscenes and all that and unsync the fights except the one in Stormblood, you can get this done within a day or two. So make sure you get your Hildebrand done. If you don't care for him, then you guys completely can skip it. Next, and it's pretty random, but trusts. Now, they increase the experience points that they gain, so every single time you run with them with your trusts, you're going to be basically leveling them up. And any leftover experience will go to the next level. So I'm basically almost halfway done with them. Alright, you get an achievement and also a trophy from PlayStation 5, and you also can change their glamour as well, if you guys like, when you get to level 90. So if you're an achievement hunter like me, get your trust up to level 90. That way you guys can go to level 100 in the next expansion, and you also can get all the loot for yourself. Next is PvP. Now remember, season and series are two different things. Season 11 is what we are currently, and series is number 5. Now the series is not going to be updated until Dawntrail. So right now you have these rewards at 25, 15, and 5. These will be different each series. We don't know when they're going to recycle, so be prepared to lose these if you don't do this now. So at 5 you get the Slump emote, 15 the Emerald Weapon minion, at 25 the Fierce Tyrant attire. 10 and 20 are the Framers kits, and once you get level 30 you get trophy crystals, which is going to be 1,000 after that, but 5,000 at rank 30, which you can turn these in for wolf marks, and you also can get other rewards as well, but we'll get to that a little bit later. So make sure you do this before Dawntrail releases. You don't even have to be good at it. You will get experience for your series regardless if you fail or succeed, but the amount increases if you succeed. So good luck with that. Now let's talk about your Grand Company seals, ventures, and everything miscellaneous. So the first rank, you can get your ventures for 200 Grand Company seals. Now I've made enough videos on Grand Company seal farming to make your head spin. The other thing is Dark Matter 6. These are used for repair kits for submarines, airships, and the fingers crossed spaceships. The grade 8, if we don't get a grade 9, grade 8 will be used to repairing your battle gear or crafting gear, gatherer gear, all that stuff. So make sure you stock up on both Dark Matter 6 and 8. You can't buy these from a junk monger for gil if you want, so that decision is up to you. The other thing is you're going to get your Etherite tickets for your Grand Company. That's where you guys can teleport straight to it, and that's going to cost you 2,000 Grand Company seals for that. Okay, so let's go to the Wolf's Pier for PvP, and I'll show you guys where to get your adventures and stuff like that from wolf marks. So here we are at the Wolf's Pier. So with the trophy crystals, exchange, go to others, and then get wolf collars. These wolf collars can be exchanged over here for wolf marks. So that's 4,000 wolf marks per collar. Then you can come over here under others, miscellaneous, and then I believe at the bottom here you have your Dark Matter 8, Dark Matter 6, and your adventures. So if you guys want to use your wolf marks for PvP, this is where you'll use them for here. Also glamour prisms, if you want to glamour some new stuff in Dawntrail, you can use it for here as well. But you're most likely better off using your Grand Company seals for that. Or make them yourself. So that is going to take care of ventures, Grand Company seals, and the miscellaneous stuff. Next is Etherite Tickets. Now the only way to get Etherite Tickets is either through Allied Seals from Realm Reborn, or Centurial Seals in Heaven's Ward and Stormblood. So it takes 5 seals to get 1 ticket. Alright, so make sure you stock up on these as many as you possibly can. This way you guys can teleport to the new world and back to Eorzea if you have to without wasting a crap ton of gil. Now the other way to do it is through the Blue Mage Carnival, and that's going to be an Ul'dah. So here we are right next to the Miners Guild. Here is the Mass Carnival NPC. Must be level 50 to participate. So there's going to be Novice, Advanced, and Moderate targets. They'll give you 150 for Moderate, 300 for Advanced, and 100 Allied Seals for Novice. Each of these other missions will give you a one-time bonus of Allied Seals as well. But mostly is the weekly. This will be different every single week, every Tuesday, and they'll give you different requirements to fulfill. So the more spells you got, the better. So those are the ways to get Allied Seals. Centurial is only in Heaven's Ward, and Stormblood you must unlock the hunt at 2nd Lieutenant in your Grand Company first before you can unlock the hunt in the rest of the expansions at certain intervals. So those are all the things that I recommend doing to prepare for Dawntrail. Like I said earlier, Gatherers and Crafters, I'll be doing a separate video just for you, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to leave you guys in the dark. But for the other things that I did not mention, make sure to do the extremes to get your Bahamut mount if you want that. Or you can wait until you do it unsynced in Dawntrail. The variant dungeons, you guys can easily do this at your leisure. We're going to get more in the future. We have Tataro's Grand Endeavor, which is a side quest that you guys can do. It does come with rewards if you guys want to do with that, but you can do that all at your leisure, and that's not really important for Dawntrail. But everything that I mentioned in this video is very important that you do. But most importantly, all you really need to do is the main story. Alright, so I'll see you guys in the Crafter and Gatherer guide for Dawntrail. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a Patreon supporter, YouTube member, or support me on Ko-Fi. Links in the description down below. And a huge thank you to all my YouTube members, Patreon supporters, and Ko-Fi members. And a huge extra thank you to the members on screen. So until next time, make sure to walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead. Take care.